Guys, you know how much I love crime. You know how much I love, I love police work. I love detectives. I love everything about it. But not when it happens to me. Because this morning I was driving to work. I'm just driving my little Mini, just cruising along. Anyway, then there's a police officer behind me. Wee, 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 wee. That's the sirens. That's the sirens.
It wasn't just him waving his finger in the air making that noise?
No, they're the sirens.
Imagine that. Behind you there's a guy like he's just on a bike.
Yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
But I don't think it was for me, right? Because I'm just like, oh, they must,
Because you're Sam Frost. What would you have done wrong?
I didn't do anything wrong. I was just like, oh, well, that's right. You can go round.
Is being hot and sassy suddenly a crime?
Me excuse. I'm just cruising along to work. Anyway, and so I'm just like, oh, God, the sirens are still on. And I'm just driving. And then I'm like, what?
So now it's a chase.
Yeah.
Now you're in a chase.
It actually was a little bit like that because I wasn't pulling over because I was like, mate, go around. Like, I don't understand.
This is car 72. She's very slowly getting away.
You're going to need backup.
No, I wanted to stop.
Well, that's what happened tonight, and I went all the way around the corner and I kept driving and I'm like, their sirens are still on. And I was like, maybe it's for me. So I put my indicator on and pulled over. And then they pulled over too. And I was like, oh my goodness, they're pulling me over. What have I done wrong? Anyway, and then the guy came out. He was so lovely. The police officer was so lovely. And I said, oh, sorry about that. I just thought, oh, you can't be pulling me over. I haven't done anything wrong. And he goes, oh, yeah, usually when we've got the sirens, that just means, just pull over.
Hey, little miss, huge fan of all things criminal activity. Let me explain how sirens work.
And I was like, oh, I just thought, you weren't really going around. Anyway, and he was really lovely. But he's like...
So what did you do?
Well, I said, oh, did I do anything wrong? And he goes, you were going a teensy bit fast. And I was like, he didn't say teensy. He goes, you were going a little bit fast.
Right. I would have, if he had said teensy, it would be great.
And then I said, oh, was I? And I was like, oh, because I couldn't even remember. And I was like, I thought I was being really good. And anyway, I did my breath test.
You had to do a breath test?
Yeah, just to make sure I wasn't all booze face.
Sure.
And then, and he just was like, no, just don't do it again. Just be careful. I know it's early in the morning, but, it's a 50 zone. You're going about 5Ks over, so just be mindful.
Right.
Super lovely. And I just thought, oh, that's really nice. But I did drop in. I was like, oh, I'm going to my job on radio. Please don't pull me over and find me. Anyway, but he did say, hey, you've changed your hair colour. And I'm like, no, he's a fan. He's a fan.